In this video, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint I'd follow if I were to start making money from scratch. So, a little bit about me. My name is Maz, and I have been trying to make online money for about 5 years now. I started off by doing content writing, then I switched over to copywriting, and then I basically juggled between ghostwriting, script writing, and all these kind of things. Basically, I tried to get my hands on any writing job I could get because I had good English, for my country, because no one like English isn't the main language here. So I thought I could get a lot of jobs with that because I was naturally good at English. But the thing is, there are a bunch of lessons I realized along the way that if I tell you right now, I'm sure you would save a lot of time and you would make money a lot more quickly than I did. And surely, if I'd like do it again, of course, I would have a different journey than I actually had, because I didn't really have like people like this telling me exactly what to do. And even if they were like on YouTube, I didn't really watch them just for the sake of just like how to make money online. And everything that everyone told me was different from what I wanted to do. So the number one thing is, which I think is extremely underrated, and I think you should go for it if you're really serious about making money, is choose a skill or something that you really enjoy. So what my mistake was, I had the mindset of I tried to do anything that I can get, I think is profitable. And even if I like, I'll just grind it, even though if I don't like it, I'll just work hard on it. But it just does not work that way unless you're like a Navy SEAL or like you're David Goggins, who is so disciplined that he can do anything for multiple hours. Don't go for that. And if you think you are, just don't do it still, because 99% of people are not that disciplined, that if they don't like doing something, like they seriously hate it, even if it is profitable, they won't be able to do it, and they won't end up making money. So the number one thing that I would do is pick something that you actually enjoy doing. So for me, I have later discovered, at this point I'm 18 years old now, that I enjoy making videos and helping people more than anything in the world. I like, above writing, and I still enjoy writing, but I enjoy it more than video editing, and I enjoy video editing more than working a 9 to 5, and like the ladder goes on. But you want to pick something that is as high up in the thing that you can work without thinking like you're working, right? So you enjoy that thing so much that it doesn't even feel like work to you. So that's the number one thing that I would ask you. And if you don't have anything like that, like if you're young and you do coding and things like that, you really enjoy working with computers and stuff, so you'll have something like that. And if someone is into writing and like me, then they'll go there. But if you don't have anything like that, then here's my advice: start analyzing your own personality and think what type of things, like, not don't think in terms of an actual skill that you can offer to people. Think of your personality traits. Like, for me, if I was a good listener back in the day and I could like speak really well, compared to my peers, right? Like I could debate well and things like that. And I found myself that I really don't mind listening to people's problems and helping them if I can. So from that, I have concluded that if I go into the consulting business, which I will like in the future started from this YouTube channel, that I will most likely not feel tired at all and I will make a lot of money. So you have to start thinking what type of personality do you have, and from there you can start thinking about monetizing that particular skill or learning something that is very similar to that. So a great video for this, I would say, is I watched like a few years ago. It was from the future, like Chris, I think I have forgotten the entire name of the guy, but he's like bald, big glasses, Chris guy, and he had made this entire like 1 hour, 2 hour video about how to discover your purpose and what is your dream job. And basically, he categorized things like what are your 5 things that you enjoy doing, and then he like brainstorm 5 different jobs that you could do from that thing. But the first step is do something or find something that you really enjoy doing, and then get really good at it. So let's say that you have got that skill now. The next thing that I would focus on is not directly pitching to clients or not like listing on Fiverr or Upwork or things like you can do that, but don't focus on it. Like you can only focus your 20 or 30% like work energy on that. Other than that, the biggest thing that I would ask you to focus on after you've learned that skill is start building an online brand. Like, that's the best thing you can do, even if you don't know what you're doing right now. Because I imagine, like, if I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know how to make money, if I just started this personal brand like when I was 13, then by now I would have a sufficient audience that no matter what I do, I'd probably find clients just from saying that, okay, I'm doing this thing and I want to work with people, let me know if there's anybody who I can work with. So that's something that I've seen which is so powerful now, that people who have like personal brands on Instagram, YouTube, or anywhere, that no matter what they're doing, just because of their audience, they can find clients really easily. And that's the biggest hurdle anybody who wants to try and make money online they face, that they can't find clients. And tell you what, if I remember correctly, I did not make any money. Like I started at 13 and I did not make any money at all until like last year. Like any money which was like 100% from my own efforts, like no connections or anything. I did some work for my uncle and things like that, but I didn't count that. So the one authentic client that paid me was last year. So it took me roughly 4 years before I made any money at all. So that's going to be the hardest part of your journey, and that is why I want you to pick something that you absolutely enjoy, because no one in the world can do something that they're not passionate about and really give their 100% at it for 4 years. That's just not how it works. Of course you can get lucky and get your first client quickly and all that, but I would really, not go about that. Try to find something that you really enjoy doing, and even if it's not something that you can think that you can convert it into a skill, just try to think that, can I document this, right? Like for example, like my cousin, I have a cousin and he's also trying to be a YouTuber, and he had this really mad obsession with trains. Like he'd know every single train that was in the country, where it is, and like how many seats each particular train has. Like that's a very weird obsession, right? But that's what he's focusing on right now. Like he just travels and vlogs through entire train journeys, and like if anybody wants to know if that particular train is good for them or what timing it has, like he has this entire system, and he's starting to get like pretty good views now. So that's something that, no matter what you're doing, if you enjoy that thing, and there must be something that you really enjoy doing. Like don't like some people say, oh but I really don't enjoy anything, then just try a few things. Like pick a few things, try them for like a month or so, and you if you end up doing 10 things, there will definitely be something that you really enjoy doing, and then start documenting. Just build a personal brand no matter what you're doing. Like you can do this after that skill, but if you can't figure out what skill, just start a personal brand right away. Go to step 2 if you can't figure out how to actually like make that skill. But for 99% of you, I'm sure you could find something that you could really enjoy, because there are just so many things that you can do online for people these days. Like you can write ads for them, you can like edit their videos for them, you can design thumbnails for them, you can make logos, you can manage their like social media page for them. Like there's so many things you can do, and I'm sure you'll guarantee find one that you really enjoy doing. And after building the personal brand, there's like you're already done, I would say about 70% of the like entire thing of making like $1,000 online. And after that, I would just say that if you like, whenever you're confident, build a portfolio. And another thing that I want to mention is that for a lot of my time I was struggling with how can I build a portfolio, because I was like so scared to spend money on a website, because it's like a subscription type thing. You have to keep paying, it's not a one time thing. So I was like, okay, if I spend this much money and I don't make it back, then I will lose that money. And I was, obviously like a 14 to 15-year-old kid, like he worries about money like that a lot, right? He doesn't like think about, okay, I'm investing this in myself, and even if it doesn't work out, it is like good in the long term and things like that. But the biggest thing and the easiest way to make a portfolio, I'm going to tell you right now, is just make a Google Drive. It's free. You just need to have a Gmail, and you'll have 15 gigabytes of space, and you can just upload whatever you have. So like for me, I have a Google Drive, and over there I have three of my portfolios: copywriting, content writing, and script writing. And all of those are uploaded, and whenever somebody asks me for any of that portfolio, I just, for me it's writing, so it's just like a couple of Google Docs organized in folders, and I just click on that share link, give access, and then they can view the portfolio. Like people do not care if you have a website or not, or anything like that, as long as you have, as long as like you can showcase what you're going to be working for them in any way possible, right? So that's like, don't think of these things like, okay, I don't have enough money for like a website, so I'm not going to build the portfolio, and I'm putting it off for tomorrow or whatever. Just start doing it. I did it without like almost without any, you can say, like an expensive camera or an expensive computer. Like I have a very like mid-tier PC, and since my thing is like for video editing you need a good PC, but My cousin, which I just told you about, he edits on his phone, and the phone is used, and it's also broken from some like area, and there's like a line on the screen, and he still edits those videos on that. And like if you see his edit, he edits it better than me, and I have like a $500 PC. So the point is that you can do it regardless of your situation. That's the number one thing, and you should not be putting it off anywhere. And another very very important thing that I want to mention is that the volume that you need to do to make your first buck is gonna be hard anyway, even if you find the most perfect blueprint in the world. So what I mean by that is, for me, when I started, trying to get clients, I did outreach, right? And outreach is basically, if you don't know, like for example, I know that I have this service that the other person can benefit from, so I'll just send them messages like, please, like, I can help you, hire me. That's basically what an outreach is, and there are like a million ways to do it. I have even read like two books on it, like two books by Alex Hormozy, $100 million leads and $100 million sales. uh, Both of these things, I'm sorry, $100 million offers. And even after all that, knowing how and what to do exactly, it's, I sent like, I'm like 400 to 500 outreaches just on Instagram, and then I switched over to LinkedIn, and then I like made almost 100 posts there trying to get followers and things like that. And even then, after all that, I found a client in a way in which none of these things were involved. So that's the thing I want you to listen to. Like, no matter which way you're trying to find a client, you'll have to do a lot of the work without any of the like results or rewards. So for personal branding, like if you learn the skill and then go directly to personal branding instead of outreach, which I think is more worth it, you'll have to post around 50 to 100 pieces of content. Like if you're doing X, you'll have to write posts. If you're doing YouTube, you'll have to make videos, and same with Instagram and things like that. And this is 100 posts before you get like even good at personal branding. And then when you start getting the hang of it a little bit, like how to make a video, how to like make a trendy audio so that you get more views. And yeah, for this period of time for your personal branding, focus entirely on views. Also, you should focus on things like what's your ideal audience, or things like that. But if you're unsure about what you're doing and you don't exactly know what you want to do, just focus on views. And if you have like 100K or 150K followers, then no matter if you have an like ideal audience or not, your outreach will become so powerful that, imagine you have a business, right? And a person with 100K followers messages you, who has a blue tick and everything, that I can help you with your business. Of course you'll believe them, no matter like if their audience is you or not. Like, it's not, you don't need to go into that complexity. Just make sure that you get good at personal branding and start doing that after you learn the skill. Or if you're unsure about the skill, can't figure out anything, just go to personal branding. You can figure it out along the way. And that's another thing, another great thing about social media, that you do not need to know everything to start on social media. And there are people who are learning, who are on this journey with you, who haven't learned the skill and trying to make money, and they're making money just from documenting themselves. And that is all obviously going to help them in the long run when they actually understand what they want to do, and they will have just gift of 200 to 300,000 people who wants to watch them. And after that, it's just like when you made that first piece of money, like what I did was, when I like made this piece of money, I immediately like I treated a friend. And other than that, when I made some more money, I like bought this extremely large pizza to myself, which I like really love eating. And when you make that money, you're on cloud nine basically. And after that, it's just about how well you can maintain it. But you don't need to know about that kind of thing, because you learn a lot of things along the way. But if you don't know anything right now and you just want to learn how to make money online, pick something that you really enjoy, get really good at it, make a portfolio, start building an online brand. And when you think your online brand is sufficient enough that you can like post a story and you can find people you want to work with, just on the basis of that, get into that. And of course you can learn a lot of the other things. So for me, copywriting is basically the skill of marketing, right? So how to talk in a way that makes people say. So it kind of coincided with the whole personal branding thing, because you like it's really similar to that. But even if it's not, I'm sure if you like just start posting reels and try to improve some small thing every single time, I'm sure you can still get pretty good at it with just practice. That's how I would go about making money if I were to start over. And still keep this in mind, don't only think that, oh, I'll just grind my way through anything and I'll just pick the most profitable thing, because all of those things are equally profitable. You can find any niche, any business online, and you can find millionaires in there. So it all depends. like if you actually enjoy the thing or not. So might as well do the thing that you can, do it for a lot of time and it doesn't feel like work to you, and you can do it like and it doesn't even drain you while doing it, and it actually energizes you. So you can do it a lot more than the other average people who are trying to do it. So that's basically it for the video. Let me know what you think, and you can also like give me criticism on how are these videos, and if you like, if you were recording this, how would you improve it, if I'm doing anything wrong with the scripting or anything like that at all. So please let me know what you'd like to see next, and that's it for today. See you tomorrow.